Behold! Squall and Fury! The wind rises.
Well, I'm gonna take the hard way. Falls on defensive state.
Squall and Fury! Worthless!
If only the dog was this quiet at home.
Ooh, broccoli. Broccoli. What do I do? Huh? You okay? Lying so sadly alone by the water like that. Did something bad happen? Yes, and it wasn't any old something bad, but something awful. Ah, apologies. I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Brogley, and I'm an entry-level researcher at the Fontaine Research Institute. And I was previously responsible for monitoring Fontaine's hydrology data. What's hydrology data? Simply put, it is all the data related to the various properties of water. For example, there's the temperature of various water levels, water level, rates of current flow and evaporation within set times, concentration of dissolved impurities. Oh, sounds complicated. It is. That's why people are needed. Specifically, my colleagues and I, to collect this complex data and make observations so that we can detect changes in the water quality in advance. If no one does this work, by the time we discover a huge problem, it will be too late to address it. You know, that's one of the reasons those lovely oceanids left Fontaine. There was a change in the water quality that made it unsuitable for them to live in. Really? That's not what I heard. Well, that's what I was told during my induction training. Probably to rouse a semblance of personal responsibility in us. But the point is, monitoring the hydrology data is pretty important work. For instance, if a change in water quality nears the minimum coefficient, it could make the taste less smooth and refreshing. What? That's all? Well, that what makes the minimum coefficient, right? I think there's supposed to be an apostrophe s. That's what makes it the minimum coefficient, right? But if things got out of hand, what? Will the water turn into Fanta? No, it would probably just lead to a mass extinction event all over Fontaine. Oh, that is scary. Sounds like scaremongering to me. Scaremongering. Wait a minute. Does that mean you're sighing here by yourself because something terrible has happened to the water? Oh, not at all. It's just that the monitoring data I gathered have sunk to the bottom along with the observation station, and I don't know how I can fish them back out. That's what got me so worried. The observation station too? Yes. I imagine you've heard about the awful lab accident from before. You know, the one that blew the central laboratory sky high. As ill luck would have it, the lab accident also sunk the hydrology observation station here. Fortunately, my colleagues and I were doing the study somewhere else at the time, so we weren't hurt. But the years of hydrology monitoring data we've collected are all still down there. Well, that does sound quite serious. We'll take care of it. Really? Kind sir, if you help me, I'll be in your debt for the rest of my life. You should know that ever since the observation station sank, the former departments had to be reorganized, and I was transferred to the newly established Department of Hydrology and Aquatic Life Conservation. Not only is the department head breathing down my neck all day, but there are all these new and applicable rules. We have to report for duty on time, and we have to make this weekly report at the end of each week. We can't even openly take our afternoon naps in the office anymore. Even worse, there's a woman who keeps a blubber beast in the office. A blubber beast! It's bitten me 3 times already. So if our research data from before can be retrieved, I'll be able to think of a way to persuade my supervisor to restore the hydrology monitoring department. That way my colleagues and I can be transferred back to our original posts and return to our happy lives of ease. I mean, returning to fulfilling lives of field studies. So after all that, you just want to slack off, don't you? Yeah, why don't you just go down there and get that stuff yourself? Well, this is embarrassing, but even though the Fontaine Research Institute did organize diving training sessions, we strategically held a dinner each time. I mean, every diving training session conflicted with our dinner reservation at Hotel de Boer. What a shame. Anyway, the advancement of the science of hydrology and the future of Fontaine are in your hands, kind sir. As for your reward, worry not. As long as you can help me recover my research, I'll do everything in my power to ensure you're adequately compensated. So I'm begging you, please help me retrieve our precious data from the central control room. Is this what you wanted? Yes, that is it. This is it. But you haven't even gone into the water yet. How do you already have the data? We've been to the place before. Magic. Come on, it wasn't magic. We just happened to go there by chance previously. I see. Thank you. That's all the data from the station now recovered. Oh, that's good. Wait a minute. Did you say this station? Yes, we have 3 observation stations and 1 central processing station in total, each with their own independent data sets. Oh, dang it. I wanted to be really cool and have all of them. So in order to convey the need for monitoring to my supervisor, the data from the remaining 2 stations still needs to be recovered and then analyzed at the central processing station. Alright, Bite, do you need us to salvage the other 2 stations? Oh, of course not. The other 2 observation stations were spared from the lab disaster and continue to stand proudly on solid ground. Well, that's a relief. It's just that those 2 stations have been taken over by some fellows from Shnezhnaya. Hang on! You're not talking about the Fatui, are you? That's them. They claim they got permission from the Maison Gaston to take over the stations. They won't let us anywhere near them, let alone retrieve the data. As for the Maison Gaston, as you may know, verifying anything with the Maison Gaston is harder than trying to catch lightning in a bottle. Sounds a little suspicious. Yeah, since it's the Fatui we're talking about, they might actually be planning to use the observation stations to do something bad. Paimon doesn't super want to help, but, Kaiton, we should take a look, just in case. Thank you so much, kind sir. I'll mark the locations of the Pate de Fru station and Cré Suzette station on your map now. Aren't these all food names? Yes, and they do sound sweet and tasty, don't they? Just the way life ought to be. By the way, this place in the Conche Madeleine station, imagine, if you would, breaking off a small piece of Conche Madeleine, steeping it in a warm water or tisane, and drinking it all up. That's what our tea times were like before. I never thought the station would end up sinking like this. Anyway, for me to be happy and free again, I mean, for scientific advancement and the future of humanity, I'm counting on you to help me recover that old monitoring data. I think I already have one of them. Oh, cat. Blast it all, he's gonna annoy us to death, that is if we aren't already killed. Should have gone with Captain Malabonsky. Listen, Crichton, it's the Fatui! It seems to be coming from downstairs. Let's move carefully and go down to have a look. These blasted jars. What are they called again? Energy storage devices or something? They've been disappearing without a trace lately. I put one down, then it disappears. I put another one down, and it disappears too. I even posted someone to watch over it at night. It disappeared along with the jar. He even left a note too, something along the lines of, working night shifts is a waste of my youth. I might as well go be a research assistant and at least get a decent paycheck. How baffling! I placed the last energy storage device on the first floor. If this one disappears too, then whoever was responsible for patrolling that day is gonna have to report it to Shumilov themselves.
And now I'll make it all disappear. Just kidding.
What? Where did you come from? Snap, did ya?
Be amazed!
Perish!
Ow! Okay, you can shoot me through the stairs, but I can't shoot you.
No slacking off.
Step on up!
It isn't time for a break.
Let's get it on! Ha! Hey! Ha! Kya! Gloves off!
It isn't time for a break yet.
And voila! A round of applause! Now disappear!
Over here! Step on up!
Frost is coming!
Look alive!
These spells sure turned out
And
fast.
voila!
Well, let's look around and see if we can find anything to help us swiftly reach the top of the tower. Hibbity 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 hibbity. Yay, now the way to the top of the tower should be open. Let's hurry up on up.
Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
What do we have here? Right. Looks like this lever with do not touch under any circumstances written on it. Pull the lever. Pull the lever. After some rumbling and shaking, the machine spits out a stack of paper tape. Great! Now we have the monitoring data from both the Pate de Fru and Creve-Suzette stations. Creighton, let's go back to Brogley now.
Yeah. Too slow.
Have you heard the ballad of the treasure chest?
heard the ballad of the treasure chest? Yeah. Time for takeoff. Here we go.
Ch- Ch- The wind rises. Ha!
What a find! I wonder how many bottles this will be worth.
Oh, Brooklyn. Hey, Brogly. We have the data from the 2 monitoring stations you mentioned. Really? That's great. Please let me take a look at them. What about our compensation? About that, please don't worry. If my supervisor approves restarting our original hydrological research, you'll definitely get paid. That's a relief. Did you not pay attention to that if clause statement there? You give the paper tapes you collected to Broglie. Ah, yes, this is it. This is it. You two are angels. Angels sent from the heavens to save me from my misery and returning me to my happy life of ease. Did you really have to say it like that? Well, there's no time to lose, kind sir. I'll go find my supervisor and request the key to the central processing station. Please wait for me. Just hurry up, would you? An excited Broglie returns after a short while. Sir, I have the key. Now we just have to go to the central processing station to organize the data, and then we can resume hydrological monitoring again. Oh, and we have to go with you? Considering this situation, Petit de Fruit and Crêpes sous stations, it is possible that those fellows from Zhnezhnaya are also at the central processing station. So please come with me. Don't forget to compensate us. Oh, good sir, I had no idea you were going to be this generous for me.
Yeah.
Ha! Yeah. Squall and Fury. Ja! 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 Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ja! Ch! 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 Boring! Useless!
Yahoo! Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Ja! Ha! Ja! Ja! Ha!
Here we are, sir. This is the central processing station where our hydrology research data is analyzed. It doesn't look like anyone's here. Can I go now? Without any fatigue, we're not needed, right? We can't be sure yet. What if there are soldiers from the Zhenezhnaya inside? I might not be able to see Conch Madeleine again. I mean, I shan't ever conduct hydrological research again. Please, go inside with me. Fine, just open the door.
bottles this'll be worth.
Though it's quiet here, if there is sign activity. Perhaps they didn't even discover this place? Perhaps, or perhaps they got locked. Let me see. If we can put together the collected data, I reckon we'll get some significant results, and hydrological monitoring should resume very soon. I can't wait. That sounds great. Why do I get this feeling that we're missing a part of the data? Am I just paranoid? Why are you so unsure? Aren't you in charge of the data? Oh, it's Melanovsky. Sorry. I got the wrong room. Stewie Commander leaves the scene at a speed that does not match his physique. Wait, did someone just pass us by? He was faster than a vice chap. So agile. Wait, that's not the point. He's a Fatu! Why is he here? Kaiten, we need to go after him and get to the bottom of this. Alright. Chase down the Fatu Commander. Excuse me, Commander, Commandant. Ooh. No, stop chasing me. I've already locked all the doors. You can't get in. Don't fret. We just need to get this mechanism so we'll be able to take a shortcut.
The wind rises. Boring.
Is that water without color? Oh, no, it has color. Not you off a blast it.
Boring.
Wait, I see our guy over here. Why are we trying to run away? Wait, what?
Wind Strider. Ka! Huh.
Here we go.
Out of options, the Furry Commander jumps into the water, creating a huge splash. Hey, Paimon said don't run away. Kaiten. On it. Yeah, this punk actually closed the door when he ran away. faster!
Think you can get
You there,
away?
hurry up and stop them!
Behold! Wind Strider.
Stop! I surrender, stop! You're here for the paper tapes, right? You can have them all. Just stop attacking me! The Fatui Commander hands over all the research data. Is that all, Broglie? Well, maybe? Yeah, this should be all of it, sure. Just forget that Paimon asked. What's your objective here? Yes, tell us everything. Why are you occupying these stations? To slack off. Huh? I'm Malinovsky, commanding officer of the 34th Independent Investigative Squad. At first, when we were just been dispatched to Fontaine, everyone was quite happy and the mission wasn't that difficult. So what does that have to do with you occupying the stations? A few months ago, due to some organizational changes, headquarters assigned someone named Shumalov as my new deputy. Shumalov? Right, the platoon leader we saw at Kresu's station. Yes, that's the one. I can't stand that fellow, but I can't get rid of him. So I look for excuses and go on missions to get away from him. Wait, Paimon's confused. You said that he's your deputy, right? That's right. So, aren't you his superior? Why do you have to listen to him? Well, he is... blast him. But he always acts seriously and makes others do the work. His words are hard to refute, and I can't very well tell him that no one here wants to work in front of everyone, can I? It just so happens that I saw some strange towers nearby, so I told him that we were going to investigate and forged the letters from the Maison Gaston. So you forged the documents? Paimon knew it. There was no way that the Maison Gaston would let you manage the hydrological monitoring stations. Any other questions, Broglie? I see, so you're just trying to slack off. No. I mean, you're just trying to get a little peace in this noisy world by occupying our monitoring stations. Well, how would you rate our accommodations? Very comfortable? The scenery nearby is beautiful too. I usually feel a lot better after taking a short nap. Right? Especially when you wake up and realize that there are no urgent tasks and that you're not being watched by someone you don't like. You can just enjoy the afternoon sun and the breeze. It's like waking up from a dream and entering another world where you don't have to worry about anything. That's how you're supposed to live. It's a shame that you haven't tried the limited edition black tea in the Vasari Passage. But if you get a chance... Wait, where's this conversation going? Anyway, please come with us. It's time to let the Fontaine Research Institute know what you've done. Wait. He actually didn't cause any damage to our research, did he? Objectively speaking, he even collected some data for us. He's just someone who wants to be rid of work and live a comfortable life. That's right. Wait, that's not something to be proud of, even when you put it like that. Kind sir, please let him go in the name of science. Is this really related to science? Well, if our requester says so. Thank you, sir. The two of you. I swear I will never do such a thing again. I will do my best to slack off on my own. I love how determined you are. Can you not get hyped up over something like this? The Fatui commander leaves, feeling grateful. With that resolved, I'll be going back to go through the data. Thank you for your work. Please, take these. Is it really resolved? Whatever. At least the stations are operational again and the Fatui platoons have left. Paimon supposes it's over. Calendar of the future is longer than the diary of the past. We all have a bright future ahead of us. Forgotten Ream. Help Broglie retrieve and organize all the hydrological monitoring data. I think I'm at 65 pity. Not bad. And I can actually remove that. Good to know that's part of that one thing. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Have you heard the ballad of the treasure chest? Let's play!
Into the wind. Sha! Useless. The wind rises. Yeah. Upon the gale. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you heard the ballad of the treasure chest?
Bean said there are only 3 tapes, so this should be all. Let's go check with her. These are the tapes we're supposed to recover, right? Show the recovered punch tapes to Savine. Yes, these are the ones. You guys are so efficient, not sloppy in the least. Something as easy as this? No way we're not finishing that in a jiffy. That's still commendable. I'm not exaggerating when I say some of my colleagues would squander a whole day just to find one simple thing. Though let's not speak of that now. Please, bring the punch tapes back to Chisare. Um, and tell her I won't be going back just yet. Oh, and let her know to get in touch with Mallarday, and let him know he should recover the prototypes here ASAP. Okay, so Crichton, shall we go back the way we came? Oh, that won't be necessary. You can dive, right? There's actually a waterway you can use. It was sealed to prevent accidental falls. I can open it back up. That will be great. Let's take the waterway, Crichton. The terminal is to open it inside. The terminal to open it is inside. I can do that alone. You'll be fine getting out of here on your own, won't you? You won't get lost? Of course, don't underestimate us. Paimon is the best guide in Tibet, and there's no way Crichton is getting lost with Paimon around. Good. Thanks for delivering the message and the punch tapes for me. I hope you don't mind if I don't show you out. Blah 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 blah. More words are filling me. Dive into the water and exit the room. Whee! Ah! Exit via the current. Alrighty, time to Peter Pan my way through this whole thing again. Whee! It may be really safe, but it's not a shortcut at all. The punch tapes are soaking wet. Let's go to the New Fontaine Research Institute and find Chisarare. Find Chisare and pass on the news. Chisare? Probably. Joycelyn Raimondo.
I'm definitely gonna get fired.
Chisare. Hello, about Miss Savine. You describe what happened to Chisare and give her the 3 punch tapes. I was just mulling over whether to go check up on her. So that's what happened. Thank you for the update, and for the punch tapes too. It's surprising that Mallarday's prototypes can still move, and that Savine is still working in such a dangerous environment. I'll talk to the administrative staff about arranging the recovery, and see about the possibility of expensing it while I'm there. That was quite clever of her. It's up to the administrative staff whether or not to reimburse it in the end, but I'll pay for it for the time being. Anyway, thanks for your help. Here's your pay for a job well done.
What are we gonna do about these mecha fish?
Okay, now I should try and find what's their faces. Um. Fine. I'll manage there.
I'll be able to continue with my hydraulic.
Are they the one that's at the Icewind Suite?
Squall and Fury. Huh. The wind rises.
Yep. Milo Day. Sir, ma'am, are you ready to take part in the Icewind Suite? Oh. Okay, I guess I don't need to tell you Milo Day.
Quit following me. Too slow. Squall and Fury.
Oh, there. Oh, butter. Butter's ready. Butterific. Yuck. But okay.
The wind rises. There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever. Behold! The wind rises.
dogs. Apparently these are the dormitories. Athletic dormitories, but whatever. Is this where researchers spent their downtime? Is this even humane? Has the Fontaine Research Institute ever considered making renovating this place a priority? There should be a survey anchor here. Just like Mrs. Cronier implied, this place needs renovation, and the power supply here is very limited. Perhaps I should say there's a complete shortage. While I'm answering Mrs. Cronier's questions, I'll leave the job of recovering the survey anchor to you, Crichton. Okay. The collection work is proceeding apace.
Squall and Fury.
Solidify!
Now disappear!
Stabilize!
Hip! Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
Out of the way! Nice and spicy.
I will have order! Gather!
Tha!
Stabilize!
I'm going in! Hey-ya! Out of the frying pan!
Here comes the finale. Here.
Yeah, let's light it up.
Gather! Order guide you.
Step right up.
Huh? Nice and spicy.
Yeah. Quick, drop the curtains.
Yeah.
And voila!
Everybody stand back. Out of the frying pan, into the fire. You're toast.
Now disappear.
I'm feeling a little off.
Don't worry, I got this. Off we go.
Goodness.
Adventure time.
A round of applause.
Huh? I'm going in. Yeah. Nice and spicy.
Let's get this show on the road.
Huh? Eat this! Out of the frying pan, into the... Everybody stand back! Oh no! Did I ruin everything? This is just my luck.
My show
Oh,
must
where'd that come from?
fail.
Ow, that hurt. Okay, no, I need to have...
Oh, it's an honor to be here.
Suddenly it'll be worthless.
We'll need a
Give me some
strategy.
less. Shall I think I can make it so he'll do really good. And then...
This is destiny.
Okay. Doesn't want your Kirby to be higher.
Here! Worthless! Worthless! Here!
Allow me. Let's move out. Billowing surge.
Worthless. Here.
And voila!
Fate is upon you. Rest and rebuild.
Disappear. Here. Worthless. Boring. Shut it. Is this retribution?
I should have swapped. No.
Shit! Yeah. Now disappear.
Covenant of the Deep.
Worthless.
A round of applause.
Decided by destiny. Shadows of fate.
Boring. Worthless. Here. Worthless. Here. Worthless.
Hold the line. Written in the stars.
Evil conquering. Boring. Worthless.
Allow me. Torrents, bring refuge. Let's move out. Hold the line.
Worthless.
And voila!
Decided by destiny. Delved into...
Here comes the finale.
Rest and rebuild.
Boring.
Hip.
Here. Here. Worthless. Worthless.
Hold the line.
Now,
Written in the stars.
Boring. Useless.
let's get this show on the road. Quick, drop the curtains.
Allow me. Billowing surge.
Worthless.
Here! Worthless! The day has finally come! Step right up!
Hold the line. Let me scry.
Lynette!
Rest and rebuild. Hold the line. Torrent, bring refuge. A brash maneuver. Delve into destiny.
Here! Worthless! Here!
Decided by destiny.
Boring! Here! Here!
Let's move out. Uphill battle. Allow me. Covenant of the Deep. Hold the line.
Worthless! 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 Here!
Written in the stars.
Boring! Impossible!
Torrent, bring refuge. Shadows of fate.
Worthless! Boring! Here! Here! Is this retribution?
No! No! Again. Okay, follow the lights where ultimately leads what lies at the end of the rainbow. Interesting. Automated supercomputing field generator. Defeat local legend automated supercomputing field generator. Cool. It's a local legend. That was ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
To survive hardship,
Xiao and
he
Liddy,
must prepare for hardship.
you kept dying. I can just tell here. Mondstadt. Snow's thick enough. Let's eat it. Please, shall come back.
The snow. Have you ever seen such...
Shush, I don't care what you have to say, Kokomi. Okay. Shall... Well, okay. Bring back my OG.
Didn't keep you waiting, did...
Fontaine and go all the way up.
Ready and waiting.
And everybody's nervous.
Time for takeoff. Brace yourselves. Wouldn't...
One with nature, as one with wind and cloud.
We
The
all
wind
Artifacts?
knows me. Unsightly insects. The wind rises upon the gale.
Ah! I did it. There should be a survey anchor here too. I'll open the door and leave the recovery to you, Triton. Lucky ducks. Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
Absurd indeed.
Worthless.
Brace yourselves. Yahoo! Thank Barbados. Wait a minute.
Alright, I'm betting 99% of my Mora in this game that these two are gonna just attack me as soon as their achievements.
Here we go.
It's your turn to the Institute. Ow! Ow!
Think you can get away?
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows me. Cry louder. Behold. Useless.
Yay!
What a find! I wonder how many bottles this will be worth.
Turn and report. Fine. I have come to report that I did all the work again. You guys really better be paying me really good. Otherwise, I'm going to file a complaint. Armando. Mr. Armando, the survey anchors have all been retrieved. Looks like we really got the right person to do the job this time. Put them over there. Someone will come and handle them. Now, let us get down to business. Come over here, please, Carrington. There are some documents you'll need to sign. They're so thick! Why are there so many documents? Because no matter how one looks at it, escorting a researcher into the ruins of the Fontaine Research Institute and then landing said ruins shall be no small matter. And since it is such an important matter, it is only natural for us to explain every detail to the one carrying out the work. Who am I escorting? Why, that'd be Mr. Knacker, of course, across the entire institute. There's no one better suited than him to deal with the central laboratory ruins. I request that I accompany Mr. Knacker. What? I think this is a terrific proposal. Choiseul, did you forget what we mentioned when we came up with the plan? We must keep the public informed about the rebuilding of the Institute with the utmost transparency. That's right. The new Fontaine Research Institute has nothing to hide. Edwin made some mistakes, but we're past that now. Please go write report on it. Go to the ruins of the Institute and see the mistakes Edwin Stinghouse made. Look back again, the Institute now is just what we've been working toward, the cause we stand for. But allow me to emphasize once again that, and here we go again, Paimon's about to fall asleep. I truly admire how much you guys have to say. Maybe you should call me after you're done talking. Yeah, this doesn't have anything to do with us, and this is a good time for a break anyway. No, it's important business, so please, come this way. Under Raimondo's guidance, you sign many complicated documents, thanks to your prior experience. You finish signing them before you know it this time. Alright, that should be all of them. Thank you, Carrington. You are now an externally contracted assistant researcher for the Fontaine Research Institute. What about Paimon? Does Paimon get any title? You're my important assistant, Paimon. Assistant? That just doesn't sound cool. Don't worry, assistants play an absolutely critical role within the Institute. But let us get back to business, shall we? Things right now in the Institute are rather complicated. The matters you'll be dealing with are also urgent, so I won't keep you for much longer. While you're on the way, Mr. Knacker will inform you of some things to note, as well as what you will actually need to do. The rest is up to you now. A lot rests on your shoulders, Mr. Knacker. Well then, please follow me, Carrington. We must get to the ruins. Sure thing. Don't forget me. Yes, and you. How could I possibly forget you?
The wind rises. Squall and fury.
Come on, Carrington, Mrs. Cronier, this way. So, you mean we're going to delve into this patch of water? That's right. With the help of this allo-gravity condensed water, we can ascend the ruins of the Institute safely and efficiently. If you don't wish to do it that way, you may also go to the opposite bank and glide in from the highest mountain using a wind glider. Forget it. I'm not that good at using a wind glider, and I'm not really used to heights either. Very well. Now I'll go over a few things to keep in mind when it comes to allo-gravity condensed water. Necker details considerations when making use of said allogravity condensed water. So in a nutshell, it's the same as when swimming or diving. I feel like this is more flying or diving. Diving in midair will be quite a novelty. In that case, please do enjoy experiencing it yourself. Is everybody ready? Miss Cronier, you can still back out now if you'd like, and simply wait here for us to return. Reporters never back down. I'll be right behind you guys. I'll try to, anyway. Alright then, if you insist, let's get going now. Spooky, 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 spooky. Oh, my bad. Ah! What's this large plate? That's the experimental field generator that Mr. Edwin developed. Huh? Did it already blow up? It looks perfectly fine now. The thing that exploded wasn't the machine, but the Archeum ore that powers its core driver, the Archeum kinetic core. This thing, will it suddenly start moving by itself? Relax, this big guy can't move now, now that it's lost its power supply. But didn't Raimundo say that we needed to use it to make the ruins descend? If it can't move, only a part of it will be activated. The Tri-State Archeum can only support its operation at half speed, but that should be enough to relieve the abnormal gravity state the central laboratory ruins are in. Paimon doesn't understand that at all. What do you need us to do? Please follow me. The place where we will need to work is in the back. Miss Cronier, please stay here. Some areas in the back contain Institute secrets, and you're not allowed to have any exposure to them. I can see that back of yours from here. What secrets could be hidden inside? I have no idea either. That's why you're definitely not allowed inside. What nonsense! Anyway, please wait here. If you take photos randomly, you might capture something related to Institute secrets. For example, the formula for the sugar-free berry-flavored Fanta. This new Fanta product is quite important to the Institute. If you leak any information of it to the outside world, you'll need to undergo a 1-month confidential investigation and must report to the Massangation at the Palais Marmonia 3 times every day and be questioned. Of course, you'll need to stop your journalistic work. Don't worry, even if I get taken away by the Palais Marmonia for questioning, it will only be because I've uncovered the secret you're hiding. I won't let myself be forced to stop working for a reason as absurd as leaking some Fanta formula. I admire your work ethic. I admire your work ethic. I hope everything goes well with your photo taking. Carrington, let's go. There's still work for us to do. You got it, boss. And that thing's gonna spin around and smack her.
The wind rises.
Oh, wow. Just mechas everywhere. All of them malfunctioning mecha? Great. Plummet! Hello! Shaboom!
As one with wind and cloud.
Shaboom! Shaboom!
Ka!
Let's play.
Boom! Boom!
Fine.
Boom!
Behold! Ha! Ka! Ja! Ka! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Ja! Ja! Huh! Huh!
Ta-da! Sometimes I really don't get why the Institute had to design the support clockwork mecha to look like humans. Just from the perspective of supporting research, hands and feet are far worse than tracking and malfunctional clockwork mecha apertures. What's this rock? Oh, this is the Archeum that supplies energy to the experimental field generator. What restrains it is the energy supply device created by Mr. Edwin. See this here? This circuit connects to the generator. Of all the inner Archeum we found, this one was the best in terms of purity and stability. And then boom it went. That came down to Mr. Edwin. I trust that this wasn't the cause, or at least it shouldn't take all the blame. Whoa, it's not like it's gonna blow up again, is it? When that happens, I'm gonna need you to take us to the skies, Paimon. When that happens, let's jump into the water below. I'm gonna need you to take us to the skies, Paimon. Paimon doesn't have super strength, but if it really does blow up, then Paimon could give it a shot. Don't worry. Now that Mr. Edwin's not around, we're completely safe. Alright, I'm about to use Raimondo's catalyst to transform this Arceum into Tri-State Arceum and activate that big fellow outside. Then these ruins should be able to safely land on the ground. Carrington, could you please help me take some photos of in the area? I need to use them as evidence for my work record. And didn't you just say taking photos wasn't allowed? It's fine. These will be used for reference in the Institute and won't be distributed. Unless you secretly keep a few for yourself, which I trust you won't do. Oh, right. And when you're taking photos, please look for Miss Cronier while doing so. I've got no idea where she's run off to or where she's hiding. I really don't want to start the generator only to suddenly find a lady tossed into midair. Miss Cronier. She hasn't moved a bit. How suspicious. What's suspicious? Show me too. Hi, Miss Cronier. Oh, Carrington, you gave me a fright. How are you able to walk around without making any noise? Well, I did fly. You were just too focused. Speaking of it, you followed us all the way here. Have you managed to find anything? Not really, since Mr. Knacker said all that. I don't really want to get in any trouble. In the end, all I could take pictures of were these dilapidated houses, broken rocks, and a motionless machine. It's not motionless, it's moving. I bet I would be able to take photos of a big scoop if I could fly in the air just like you can, Paimon. Why be a reporter if you can fly? I was born to do this. It's the reason I exist. I, too, am very sure of that, Mrs. Cronier. What, you're also able to walk without making any noise? Is this a new technology the Institute's developed? Unfortunately, we don't teach walking courses. I've already completed all the preparations in any case. Carrington, please take Miss Cronier back to the Institute. Once the experimental field generator is activated, it will rapidly change the gravity in the surrounding area. I've been through professional training, and I know what to do in this situation. For your safety, it would be best if you stay away from here. And how are you going to get down? You don't need to worry about me. Mr. Edwin taught me how to use the generator personally. No one in the Institute can control this big guy as freely as I can. Not even Raimondo. Guess we'll have to leave it to a professional then. Be careful. Go now. We'll meet again on the surface.
Squall and Fury. Quit following me.
See, I could, or I could take her to the Fountain of Lucine.
Behold.
What? Max level? No! Not again! Carrington, you're back. How's the work coming along? Everything's going swimmingly. That's fine. There are still some finishing touches that ought to be left to a professional, so Mr. Knacker is still up there. I feel like I haven't really contributed that much. Don't say that. You're our safety rope. Without you, dear Carrington, how could we have dared let Mr. Knacker go up there by himself? It could be said that the trip was a brilliant success. There were other benefits as well. Mrs. Cronier's managed to photograph some thought-provoking images that she would like to ask me about, and a few of those pictures should prove even more interesting for Mr. Knacker. Let's not talk about that for now. Come, let us take a photo together. Monsieur Choiseul, will also need to present you with a certificate and an honorary title. Honorary title? Ooh, and what about Paimon? Paimon will also get a promotion from assistant, right? Seeing as you're Carrington's companion, then I guess you could join on the photo. As for the title, so there's no honorary title for Paimon then? Honorary titles must remain limited in quantity and stay relatively rare. Otherwise, how will we get sponsors and support through awarding them? Oh, alright then. And allow me to award Paimon the honorary title of Best Companion, the honorary title of Best Travel Guide. A super awesome title. Hey, just what kind of nonsense titles are those? We're already best buddies. Paimon doesn't need a title for that. You better make Carrington's really awesome. Of course. This honorary title is of the highest standing. Besides, haven't you also been promoted to assistant to the honorary senior researcher? Come on, let's get that photo taken. An assistant's still an assistant, no matter how many words you put after it. Alright, let's take the photo. This is an occasion to remember. Monsieur Troisel, you're... Oh, looks like he's having a nice conversation with Miss Cronier. Hence, this operation is a stepping stone to rebuilding the Institute. We can do it, and it is our duty to do so, as it has always been. As for the former site of the Institute, we will keep it preserved forever and rebuild it as the Fontaine Research Institute Safety Education Center. I think I've just about had enough. I'm certain that everybody has benefited from your speech, Monsieur Choiseul, but now's the time to take a photo together with Carrington, wouldn't you say? Yes, of course, we must take a photo and mark this occasion with our dear honorary senior researcher of the Fontaine Research Institute. Please give us a second, Mrs. Cronier. This shouldn't take too long. Oh, don't worry. It's not like the things you said were just now weren't all cliches anyway. Weren't you guys going to take a photo together? I just so happen to have a camera with me. Please go and stand in position. I traveled a long way to get here, so please at least make it worth the trip, okay? Was that an explosion just now? What else could it have been? We're just taking a photo together. Is such a ceremonious greeting necessary? I don't believe that was an explosion. All things considered, it was probably a controllable... That was an explosion. Paimon was nearly blown away just now. If not, what else could it have been? Mr. Choiseul, could you please explain this to us? Was it something that you had anticipated? I must say, you asked a very good question, a very excellent one, as many people are wondering the same thing. The color of these bodies of water. Could it be that the condenser components are already in... Wait, Knacker hasn't come down yet. You're right, he hasn't returned yet. Let's not delay, Carrington. We need to go now. Wait, I want to go too. The truth behind this explosion. Please do not act rashly, Mr. Reporter. If you dip one of your toes into that water, you'll be saying goodbye to this world within a minute. Don't scare me! Would you please just stay here? Carrington, according to the previous experience, the energy flow that remains in these bodies of water shouldn't affect you too much. Please get to the ruins as quickly as you can. I'll find my own way up. Ooh, they're purple. And I'll meet you there. You are on your way? I have my ways. After the explosion, I was among one of the first up there to conduct disaster investigation and evaluation. Things at that time were much more complicated than they are now. Anyway, enough talk. Let's get moving. Hopefully Mr. Knacker won't meet the same fate that Edwin did. Let me just get my person who can live in dangerous waters. My bad. Not this one. Sorry about that, Kokomi. What is it that I swapped Kokomi's? The goblet. Oh my gosh, they even have the little blocks everywhere. Maybe they always did. But oh boy. Did I not notice that? Yay. I wonder if that purple water is going to hurt. Like a lot. And yes, I could just teleport up there, but I kind of want to explore these purple waters. Are they poisonous? Ah! Great. That's just great. Oh, get rid of that.
Let's get it on! Hey! And voila! Get in gear! Frost is coming! Hip.
Love. Ha!
Now disappear! Two. Two. Step right up. Two. I wonder if this chest is some kind of trick.
Ah.
Yeah. What a find! I wonder how many bottles this'll be worth.
Squall and Fury.
Sorry, Chow.
We'll need a strategy. Thank Barbados. Wait a minute.
Evil shall be.
Behold!
Darn.
Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff. Let's play.
Useless! The wind rises.
Have you heard the ballad of the treasure chest?
Alright, fine. I'm just gonna teleport here. So many mecha, we dismantled them last time, didn't we? At least we dismantled them.
Think you can get away?
Alright.
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. Into the wind.
Behold!
It looks like the Archeum overloaded, and that the cooling mechanism is also damaged. Knacker, what have you done here exactly? This was my fault. I didn't think that Knacker would still be unsatisfied, despite all the benefits I gave him. Benefits? Wait a second. Why are you looking at me like that? Did he say anything to you? You tell Armando about your encounters with Knacker and his attitude towards various matters. Sweet talk. Did he tell you guys, then, that it was people like him, Edwin's successors, who are reaping the benefits of this mess by stealing all kinds of information and selling it for a fortune? You guys are telling completely different stories. Paimon doesn't know who to believe anymore. If only he were here, then we could find out the truth. Paimon doesn't see him at all, though. If he's not here, where could he have gone? Maybe he successfully escaped? Maybe he's already... I don't think he was killed, at the very least. I'll explain why later. For now, though, we must stabilize this Archeum as quickly as we can. The suppression system shut down, and the ore is presently in an excited state. This is what caused the explosion. What caused the explosion? But this big rock doesn't look blown up at all. I don't understand. Alright. I agree that this is indeed quite difficult to understand. I'll explain it in simpler terms for you. I guess I have no choice now. The experimental field generator that Edwin created is extremely powerful and can manipulate gravity. This, I believe you already know. After the explosion, all the Archeum in the Institute shattered into fragments. Among these fragments, many of them could have turned into an excited state and triggered an explosion at any time. With the use of gravity fields, they were all restrained and gathered beneath our feet. That explosion just before was a small one caused by a small part of Archeum in the ruins that was affected by energy flow. I guess you could call it a minor rehearsal of a third-grade explosion. Then this ruin is a super huge, ready to explode piece of Archeum? So you guys did all this, not because you wanted to retrieve assets, but because you were scared this place would explode again? That's just one of the objectives of this operation. Right now, our priority is to retrieve the condensing components that fell into the water and restart the suppression device. There's also Archeum inside those components, and the intense energy flow has likely caused unpredictable changes to the water bodies. Forgive me, but I'm really not capable of retrieving them and installing them back on the inhibitor. Only you are capable of doing this, Carrington. Please, for the Court of Fontaine, and since it's urgent, I'll just get the job done first. But once this is all over, you'd better explain everything clearly. If all goes well, I will tell you everything I know. All I can ask for, Mr. Raimondo. Oh, it's those doohickey things. Okay. Whew, here's hoping that isn't, like, poisonous or electrified water. Huh? Why can't we get into this water body? There's no other choice. Let's look around. Maybe we can find another way in. Okay, that was worthless. Oh. Uh. Okay. Given that this is just telling me that it's all blocked off.
Yeah. 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 Wouldn't gliding be faster? Wouldn't gliding be...
Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, transformed allogravity condensed water body. A dangerous liquid that has been modified somehow by the energy flowing from the condensation components. If you remain within such a liquid for too long, you will accumulate turbulent energy flow. If you hit the accumulation limit, all your characters will drown. Oh, that's terrible. Where is it? And the body of water seems to be returning to normal. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so So I don't need Dea. She's useful, but I don't need her for this evil water. Okay.
The wind rises.
Dang it! Ugh, why do I have to teleport so much? Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Behold!
Ah,
Yeah.
Squall and fury.
Blang, da-dang, da-dang, da-dang.
Brace yourselves.
The wind knows me. One with nature.
Yeah.
Boring. The wind knows me.
Behold!
Ugh. Okay. Hey. You're kidding me. He's up there. Mr. Knacker really knows how to create trouble for others, just like that boss of his, Edwin Essenhouse. What are you doing here? You really can't catch a break here. Not only did the explosion break off the condensing components of the device, but it also destroyed the self-sustaining system of the inhibitor. I'm about to remove the 2 backup Nemosia cores in the experimental field generator and use them to supply energy to the inhibitor. Luckily, this big fella can't move, otherwise we wouldn't have time to run. It's not moving right now, you mean? Hey, knock on wood. Don't say things like that. What if it actually starts moving? Oh, don't worry. Its main source of energy is that big chunk of archeum behind it. Although the archeum has transformed it into an activated state, the explosion damaged all the energy supply lines, so it's lost all of its energy supply. Huh? The archeum kinetic core should have been right here. Where did... hold on. You said that the Nemosia cores were a backup energy source? And isn't the activation condition for backup energy sources the complete loss of energy? Oh. Uh-oh. I don't have any characters for this. Oh, jeez. Evan, you scoundrel! How could you do such a thing? Ah! Crichton, only you can turn it off now. Ah! Easy for you to say, Paimon. I don't give a fly.
Yeah.
Ow.
Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Wait.
Worthless! Here! Worthless! Here!
Ciao!
So, yeah, yeah.
It's time to go.
Alright, time for people to eat. It's like major right now.
Worthless. Worthless. Here. Here. Worthless.
Oh my gosh.
Worthless. Squall and fury. Upon the gale. Upon the gale.
You dare to gaze upon me? Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Wouldn't gliding be fast time for takeoff?
Behold. Too slow.
Is that gonna be enough for you, Shao?
Here.
It stopped! Jeez. I knew you could do it. Quick, grab these two cords. Let's go hook up the power. Just like before, you go connect the energy source and I'll adjust the device. I don't think I did that before, though. Finally, it's stabilized. The Archeum has transformed into an inert state. We and the Fontaine Research Institute are safe for now. But it seems there are ever more secrets. As for the things you'd like to know, I will be happy to answer, but not right now. What I can tell you now, based on my hypothesis, is that Mr. Nacker stole the Archeum kinetic core and triggered this small explosion. But before explaining in too much detail, we should return to the Institute and place the proper notation and partitions into this interlude. Or at the very least, we need to stop Miss Journalists from getting more deeply involved. The Archeum kinetic core is connected to too many other matters, and we must handle it in complete confidentiality. So I would like you to cooperate with my work. Cooperate with your work? You're not saying to play along with your lies, are you? The scarier something is, the more you should share it with others. Then we can all work together to deal with it faster. I have my doubts about that, you two. Every matter has its own way of being dealt with, and in this instance, we must first call for silence. But I promise that I would never have you steer from your moral standards or demand that you have the same standard of behavior as we do. All I ask is for you to remain quiet. You need not do anything else. You might be wondering why I would have you remain silent while telling you the truth. I'll just come out and say it now. Your coming here is the only good fortune that our institute has had in nearly 100 years. No matter what happens or what the cost is, we must maintain good relations with you. I'm sure Mr. Choisel feels the same way. Is telling the truth also a cost as far as you're concerned? Is transparency something you consider a cost as well? Yeah, you're only just telling us the truth now, which you should have done ages ago. Just what sort of cost is that? Dear sir, Paimon, telling the truth honestly is, in truth, the greatest price one can pay. Let's go back. I ask sincerely for your understanding and to provide all necessary cooperation. Sure, I lost Zhao again. 'Cause, My boy can't handle these things. Miss Cronier, everything we do is in the best interests of the people of the court of Fontaine. So what you're saying is that the Fontaine Research Institute predicted the explosion just now? Are you kidding? Do you think I'm a Gastonard? You can't hoodwink me that easily. I think Monsieur Troiseau has expressed himself clearly enough. The situation is still under control. The status quo of the court of Fontaine will not be adversely affected. Now, allow me to make a statement explaining the events that really occurred. That's enough, mister. I don't believe you for a second. Crichton, you should have seen everything, right? I'm begging you. Tell me the truth. I'll tell you the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I'm all ears, my dear Crichton. You tell Cronier everything that has happened, from beginning to end, without omitting anything. About the large archeum and the experimental field generator. About Knacker, who is missing and could be alive or dead. And about Raimondo's accusations of him having stolen the archeum kinetic core. And of course, what Raimondo cares about more. What cares most about the central laboratory ruins that could explode again at any time. I'm shocked! Mr. Troiseau, were you aware of this? Of course, my goodness. So the Fontaine Research Institute doesn't even have the courage to face their own mistakes? Just to cover up the fact that you couldn't deal with the archeum problem? You did absolutely everything you could. What I find most surprising is that you even tried to trick Crichton, who has been doing their utmost to help. You even wanted to use Crichton's credibility to convince me that Knacker was behind all of these crimes. Huh? Cronier, did you really understand? I completely understand everything, dear Paimon. Thank you for dropping such subtle hints for me. Hints? Did we drop any hints? Of course. I know that what the Institute really wants to hide. The fact that the central laboratory ruins can explode again at any time. Or to put it another way, archeum is still a threat to the entire court of Fontaine. Ridiculous! A person's life isn't something you can throw away to help spread your own lies. I have already told you the truth, Miss Cronier. Please listen to a final word of advice. It takes only the slightest bit of effort to fixate on something, but it always takes more brainpower to avert your gaze from it. Enough! I won't listen to another word you say, nor will I dwell on this. Your words, deeds, and all the facts that concealed by the Institute will be reported on in the next issue of the Steambird. Good day, gentlemen. Miss Cronier strides away from the Fontaine Research Institute. Thank goodness that's finally over with. Oh, and thank you too, Crichton. I didn't do what you asked me to. I thought you would... You thought I would throw a tantrum at you and scold you for not doing what I said? My dear Crichton, since the very beginning, your job has only been to escort the researcher to the ruins for an expedition. What I asked you to do was above and beyond the call of duty. It would have been great if you kept your silence, as that would have saved us a lot of trouble in the future, yes? But it's not necessarily bad that you told her the truth. I believe that now that Miss Cronier has gotten what she wants, she will not bother us again for the time being. She will tell the public everything. I believe she will do that. I hope the people of Fontaine will like the truth she publicizes. But as for us, we still have much to be concerned about. For example, the whereabouts of Mr. Knacker and the archeum kinetic core. But shouldn't we first give you a few awards as well? Monsieur Troiseau, would you do the honors? Oh, of course, that's right. I've already prepared everything. There's a certificate, trophy, and other forms of remuneration too. But before that, let's take a group photo together. The one we took before had an unseemly explosion in the background. This new photo must be decent enough to be worthy of your status as our honorary senior researcher. Troiseau and Raimondo stand in the same position as before, and an institute researcher takes a photo for everyone. Perfect. Look at us. A decent bunch of decent people. The ostentatious awards ceremony has finally ended. The scene just isn't explosive enough. Hey! Stop it! No more exploding. Any more explosions and Paimon will have nightmares! This certificate and trophy are for you. I'll post a copy of the cert on the Institute bulletin board later. I hope our researchers will follow your example. On this path, we must strive to take the lead, overcome all obstacles, and put in 120% of our... I actually have more questions for you. Of course, I know what you want to ask. Even though your questions are all, extremely complicated, I'm willing to answer them. In any case, I believe we'll have more opportunities to work together in the future, honorary senior researcher. I love that I'm honorary stuff for a lot of things. Wait, Sith. Ew. Dang. What's it? This can be scary. Look out. Experimental field generator. Yep. Pneuma attacks. Alright. Well,
Useless.
how's my reputation? Fontaine Research Institute. Stagnating in the rubble. Shibuya! Yes. Level 7 out of 10. Slowly but surely I'll make it there.
The damn. Will sooner die again than lay a hand on me.
it's just because I'm. It's like, why? Let's just keep going off. Okay. Click. Right there. Ooh. Okay. So. Okay. I'll be able to get one of them done. I think. Because there's two, that's 9, 23, minus 11 is 12, so let's see. There's 2 is 32, 9 is 23. Minus 25, 7. It's the story of Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Engineering and Energy Engineering. Ooh, complete 11 plunging attacks in a single gravity reduction field. Wow. That'll probably be all for this morning.